morning. Welcome to the People and Planet podcast. Today, I'm joined by the co-founder and CEO of visual generative AI business, Brai Ai. I'm joined by Yair. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for hosting me.
Really interesting to learn more about this. So your business here is all about responsible generative AI. Tell us a little bit more. What's the problem with this, and what's the business mission that you use to solve that?
Yeah. So our business is about responsible and open generative AI.
Okay.
I think that two legs are important, and they are closely tied. Generative AI is amazing technology. We started 5 years ago, one of the pioneers in generative AI. I truly believe that it's going to change everything of how we consume, think, and generate data in general. But as with all of this opportunity, there are some risks that you need to mitigate, and you need to think about it in advance. Elements of copyrights and privacy and trademarks and bias or unbiased and fairness. All of these elements are super critical when you can generate something like that at scale. So this is one part of the responsible. The second part is that it needs to be accessible to people. If developer will not have a good access to these foundation models that they can use with no risk, with no fear that the legal department will come to them and say, no, you cannot do that. If it will be only on the 5 or 10 big companies, then we will have a very little innovation, and it will not be a fair market. So I think that these two elements are related. How you create a platform for generative AI, which is both responsible in all the things that we mentioned and accessible for developer.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting two legs there you discuss. Talk us through the product itself then. How does that work, and what's involved?
Yeah. So we can talk about how we create a 1 billion repositories of visual with all of the training rights and no privacy and trademarks and copyright issues in a second. But let's talk about the product first.
Sure.
So basically, what we give to our user is the ability to consume generative AI foundation model. It can be at the source code level. It's a source code available. We can give you the foundation model, control nets, adapters, several types of foundation models, by the way, fast, high definition, so you can build your own product. One level up, it could be with an API, and one level up, it could be even with the low-code, no-code components that you can easily integrate into your platform services solution. So it's a very flexible platform to integrate generative AI or to use generative AI in your internal product processes, etc.
Brilliant, and it sounds really accessible. Like you said, who is your ideal customer? Who are your clients?
So it can be advertising groups like WPP and Publicis. It can be big retailers like Walmart and ASUS as a CPG's manufacturer. It can be a product company like digital asset management, like Canva, like Figma, like Getty Images. Everyone that involved in the creative chain can benefit of having generative AI as part of his solutions.
Very interesting. And I think before you were going to talk to us about how you were able to generate all of these images securely.
Yeah, so we did something that you're all familiar with. We did Spotify. What do I mean by we did Spotify? Let's think 20 years back about music streaming. It started with Pirate Bay and Napster, which says, wow, it's amazing. Everyone can consume music every place. And they download the music from the internet and give it for free. It was not really for free because they have their own monetization framework. You can contribute to Pirate Bay. then they come, but it didn't last, right? The artists need to have to get some reward of you using their song. You want them to continue to create. You want a sustainable economy for creators. And then there was some period of time that there was iTunes when you can acquire a song. Again, didn't last. What happened at the end is that Spotify came with the model that I will pay for the content when I use it.
Yes.
We are doing the same. We develop an attribution engine. By the way, when we're talking about attribution engine, we're talking about every type of content with rights. Motion, 3D, sound, voice, and still images, of course. When you generate something with our platform, we know behind the scene to identify in the training set which are the data owners that contribute the most for this specific generation, and we reward them. We pay them money for licensing this generation output for you. So we create, with this attribution engine, we have agreement with almost 20 different image stock provider like Alamy and Getty Images and Vato and Superstock and Deposit Photo and FreePic and other. We create the largest legal, high quality collection for training. There is no public figures. You cannot create President Trump. You cannot create President Biden. That was not in the training set. There's no public figures. There's no trademarks. There's no copyrights. There's no privacy issue. It's a very high quality, so the output is very high quality also. And you can create a generative AI solution using this platform with no risks, basically.
Absolutely, it sounds incredible. Yeah. What about your own story then? What's your background and how have you arrived at co-founding Brai Ai?
Yeah, I have a PhD in computer vision, so this is what I'm doing in the last 20 years. And it drives me crazy that when I create a presentation, the image is not going all the way to the slide. That was the motivation. I want a good images. And then I work for a unicorn in the retail space, and I learned to appreciate companies like Coca-Cola and Tesco and Procter. And I think that it's more natural for me to create something which is B2B, where they have more better approach for responsible AI than maybe, when you're a consumer and you consume something for free. So between this computer vision PhD and my experience with the big enterprises, this is where we started Brai Ai.
Yeah, makes sense. And I always ask this on this show. It's always good because with any startup environment, specifically at the moment, last couple of years, it's been a little bit tricky. I'm interested to know how you guys navigate challenges, inevitable challenges that come your way.
Oh, we started 5 years ago. Some investor look at us and says, "What do you mean you can write a text and get an image? And who needs that?" This is where we started, and then there was a period of time of why can't you be like everyone else, download the Lion 5B and just create a text-to-image engine. I think that there are several important elements. First, you need to be very loyal or respectful to your original idea. You have a vision, go with your vision. Go with your vision. And the second element is find a good partners that will follow your vision. The right investors, the right manager, the right team. At the beginning, even the right clients. Find the right investor team environment that you can build your vision together with them.
Absolutely, and that trickles down into the wider team as well, doesn't it? Because if you have the right leadership team, everyone pulling in the same direction, then that culture really trickles through the business, doesn't it? It's
critical. It's critical because and I emphasize that it's also the investors that work with you.
Okay.
Because it's really hard to create a startup. you're trying you have this hypothesis of something new. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. You don't have enough money. You have sometimes you can think about a giant that may be doing the same. At least that you will have the team that work with you, and you will feel happy to work with them on the day-to-day basis. So I really believe that it's really important to have a good karma in the team and the investors.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, what comes next for Brai Ai? Anything exciting that you can share with our guys?
Yeah, so we opened an office in the state, Park Avenue. So now I have an office in Manhattan. It's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we launch our text-to-image platform version 2 a few months ago. We have self-service, we have foundation model, we have a plan for startup. So you can start using that today, basically. The next version, the 3, will be by the summer. But I think that the most exciting thing is that we are now moving to multi-modality. Okay. Motion, video, 3D, sound, music. We are going to repeat the agreement that we have with the image stock provider with other vendors. Yeah. And we want to take every piece of data with copyrights, transform it into generative AI, safe to use for the public.
Fantastic. And is that going to happen this year?
Some of these will happen this year. Some will go to next year.
Really interesting. Yeah, thank you. And I'm sure that my US audience are going to be excited to learn that you guys are expanding there as well. It's all we've got time for, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.